Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, which is tips to publish in high impact journal publication. With the name of Allah, the most merciful and most gracious, we shall begin our session today with the recital of Kitab Al-Fatiha.
Okay, so that's done. Go to the gallery. Okay, I'm hoping our friends, if you can put it, yes, for example, we have a click from UKM, UMP, and so on. I'm happy to see everyone from anywhere else because we are doing, this is a new paradigm of communications or presentations where we can do anywhere else. This is if you have heard about 5G, right? I think all of you have heard about 5G. We are currently experiencing 4G. All right, when we are experiencing 4G, so we are happy. I believe that you may happy with the services provided by our telco company, such as you'll be able to in fact, you can also do Zoom meeting using your mobile phone, not just using fiber optic or other things. Okay, so this is what we call 4G. 5G is about connecting things. Connecting things mean like this. We connect people everywhere in this world in one screen, for example. So we can do many things similarly like that. All right. So welcome everyone. Thank you very much for attending this session. So allow me to share my my slide. Okay. So please let me know if you can see or not, because when I share my slide, I cannot see the Zoom platform. I can see my slide. Okay. So you guys, are you ready? Before I start, please again, I would like to see every one of you who are attending this session. Could you just please put your institution in the beginning of your name? So you can just click 3 dot there. If you go to your name and then you click 3 dot, and then you can, this is not 3 dot, I don't know. If you go to, yes, if you go to yourself, you click 3 dot, and then you can rename. So please rename and put your institution in front so that I know where you come from. Is that make sense to the organizer? If I ask the participant? Okay, good. Probably in the near future, if you are attending something like this, maybe I would advise you to do the same thing, which is you put your institution name or company's name. If you are from which faculty, for example, if you like if there is an internal meeting, for example, then you can put where you come from so that people can understand you, because we are not meeting each other face to face. That is why we do not know, we cannot remember which the faculties, which university you are coming from. All right, so without further ado, let me share my slide. So I put out this first, and then I go to sharing. Okay, I share my slide here. I share. Can you see my slide? Yes, good.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see me next to my slide?
Yes.
Okay, you guys can see me next to my slide. Okay, that's fine. So if I go to full version, all right. Okay, what I can do. All right. So basically the title given is quite nice, but shouldn't be a problem because I will fix to the scope of the discussion. The scope here is about how to write a journals or how to publish, for example. Okay, in short, how to publish. Okay, so I hope that everyone here ready. Okay, I will click from overseas, for example. I believe that if you are from Pakistan or from India, maybe now is probably around 8 a.m. or maybe 6 a.m. if you are from Pakistan, if I'm not mistaken. So good morning, everyone. So I think, do we record this session? Okay, so yes. All right. That's good then. Okay. So my name is Ramli Kamarudin. I'm from UTHM. Before I joined UTHM, I was with Cranfield University in the UK, and then before that, prior to that, I was with UTM under a center called Wireless Communication Center. This center is a national research center for 5G communication. So we did a lot of 5G works. So my focus area is antenna design. So we design a lot of antennas for many applications, especially for 5G. All right. Okay. Thank you very much indeed to the organizer. This is a very lovely, I would say, very lovely poster introducing this event. Okay. And then I also received the questions from the students, and I did reply the questions to Ilya. And I hope that Ilya have shared with the students. Yes. Okay, that's good. If you are not happy with my answer, shouldn't be a problem, because this is the time where you can ask me face to face. All right. Even though virtually, but this is also face to face. Thank you very much indeed to the organizing committee from Kelab Pasca Siswaza, KEPSIS, Faculty of Technical and Vocational Education, FPTV. Thank you very much for inviting me. Although you may have attended the same session before, like Ain, I think maybe Ain can, we can talk together. Ain, maybe when I say something, you can also put some additional information, because you have attended my session before. To those who are very new, it's fine. To those who have also joined, it's also fine, because this is a kind of refreshment. Sometimes we may have forgotten what we have gone through before. Okay. So my expectation at the end of this talk, I expect from you, right? From everyone here for attending my session. So I expect that at the end of this, you should be able to understand how to check the criteria of the journals. So this is very important, my friends, because of, if you do not know about the criteria of the journals, you may end up submitted your journals or your work or your research work to the journals who are not interested in your work, because they have their own scope, they have their own objective, they have their own target audience or target users or target readers. Okay, so that is why you have to read, you have to know about the journal first before you submit. Okay, I believe that everyone can write, everyone can whatever they want to write. As for example, when you finish your study, almost or nearly finished, of course you have to write your thesis, right? Everyone can write their own thesis. It's fine. However, when you want to submit, you must be able to understand the criteria of the journal. If not, you may submit to the journal which may be not so good, or maybe what we call as a they call as a predatory journal. You know, the predatory journal, which is like a scam journal. They don't have all those factors, but they claim they have, and then you've been influenced by whatever email that you receive, and then you submit to that particular journal. Unfortunately, during your Viva session, more or less, or during your graduations, your Center for Graduate Study may not accept that kind of journal, because of that journal have not been included in the list or criteria that they are looking for. Okay, so that's the most important thing you have to check. Okay, today I'm going to guide you how to check. Okay, so number 2, my expectation to you is you must be able to prepare your draft for any possible submission. I haven't get to know Ilya so much. So Ilya, what are you doing at the moment? Can you unmute? Yes. Ilya, what are you doing at the moment? Are you a PhD student or master student?
PhD student, Doctor.
Okay, what year you are in now?
Second year.
Second year. Okay, that's good. Do you have any idea about publication or preparing a draft of your anything?
A little bit.
Have you published?
Yes.
What kind of publication?
Apa hari tu? ICEAT.
I mean, is that a journal? Is that a conference proceeding?
Journal.
That's good. So you have but did you check about the journal? Whether the journal indexed by, I believe you may have heard about Scopus, right?
Yeah.
Is the journal under Scopus?
Yeah.
How did you check? You know how to check?
A little bit based on Skimago.
Skimago. Okay, that's fine. At least you have the benchmark parameters how to check your journal. So I hope the rest will do the same, right? All right. Okay. So the good thing is Elia has published journals, so she has experience. So please, please also give your some thought or your sharing regarding your experience throughout this session. Okay. Okay. Number 3. I will when you have all these things, I would like you to submit your draft as soon as possible. All right. And then the last one, I hope that you will have your publication upon graduation. This is if you are UTHM student. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know about the intake when was it, but in general, you should have for PhD 2 publication, right? And then for master 1 publication. Publication here, I believe they focus on index journal. Yeah, am I correct? Or can be conference as well? Anyone can share? This is from UTHM. Am I correct or no? Yes, no. Okay. May I ask Aida Jafar? Aida Jafar, you are from UPNM, right? So how about the criteria at your university? Aida?
Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, Waalaikumsalam. Yes, Aida. Can you share with us?
I'm from UPNM as a medical lecturer, but I'm currently studying in UPM, PhD.
Okay. So what are the criteria at UPM?
2 publication.
But you are a medical
depends.
doctor, right?
Yes. It depends if you are you have a grant, then you have to publish 2 papers with under Q1 or Q2.
Okay.
If not, then 2 papers publication.
Okay, 2 papers publication. That sounds heavy as well, right? Because of you need to focus on Q1 and Q2, for example. But it's fine because of I believe you may have working with the team over there so that they can help each other, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. Aida, good luck.
Thank you, Prof.
Is it Manjit, my friend? UKM Manjit?
Good morning, Prof.
Oh yes, Manjit. Yes, please.
Hi.
What is the criteria at UKM?
UKM, for my intake, it is 2 index journal for
2
PhD.
index journal for PhD, right?
Yes.
I believe master only 1, right?
Masters, I think it's 1 proceeding and 1 paper, something like that. I'm not sure.
That sounds similar to UTHM. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Last one maybe from Faizal, UMP. Hello, Faizal.
Hi, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Yes, Faizal.
Yes, I'm a master student from UMP in my
Okay.
first year. So for master student, we need to have 1 publication.
Master student 1. How about PhD? Do you have any information for PhD?
PhD, I think they need to publish 2 papers.
Okay, 2 papers. So I think maybe the most difficult here is from Aida Jafar because she has to publish Q1 and Q2 journals. But I think it's fine because of I believe when we put this criteria, we may have some confidence because we know how to achieve that. But don't worry, everyone, my friend, don't worry too much because from this session, I'm going to guide you how you can do this. All right, don't worry. Okay, so yes, first we go to the session we call as understand your journal. Okay, during my talk, this is not about me to speak or to share something. I would like everyone who have some experience and so on, you can pop up and share about your experience as well. Not only that, I'm going to do like interactive way, which is, I believe that everyone here, you are in front of your laptop, right? In front of your PC and so on. So we can do together how to check the journal, for example. Okay. So first we have to know about the journal index. So make sure, when I heard that Faizan mentioned about index journal, so index journal, so index mean you may found journal index by all of these. This is the publisher, maybe the organizer, institution that can index the journals. Okay, someone who manage the journals, manage the quality of the journal. All right, but here maybe I think most of us know about the Scopus. Can you see my cursor moving? Oh, you can see my cursor moving.
Yes, Prof.
Where did I point out? Okay, now I'm pointing to which index?
NASA.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. Okay, I love to hear that, because sometimes people cannot see my cursor moving. Okay, I think Scopus is we are familiar with, because most of the universities overseas or here, we are, I think they recognize Scopus. Then, however, in Scopus, there are some of the journal in Scopus are not categorized as a quartile, like Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. However, you may have seen that they categorized as quartile Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 under Shimago. That one is a different quartile compared to what being recognized by most of the universities in Malaysia and also overseas. Okay, for example, like okay, this is Shimago, and then this is the Thomson Reuters. When Aida Jafar shared with us about Q1, Q2, it is about the Journal Citation Report from issued by Thomson Reuters, or WOS, Web of Science. Okay, so we have Springer, what else, and many others. Okay. But the most important thing, as long as you make sure when you want to submit, you submit the journal which is indexed by Scopus, and then you will be safe, right? Because of our university, most of the universities in Malaysia or overseas, they accept Scopus. Okay, and then we also have a Google Scholars. If you don't have Google Scholars, I believe that you can register. You can, I think, sign up, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. You put all your details, and then Google Scholar will track automatically whatever you publish. If they index that kind of publication, your list of publication will be in Google Scholar list. Okay, so you can use Google Scholars. So many of the universities also use Google Scholars when they want to check the profile of the authors or the profile of the researchers, right? Okay, and then, so if you focus on Scopus and Thomson Reuters, and also Google Scholar. So this is a Google Scholar. There are so many journals indexed by Google Scholar. If you look at the comparison between Scopus, not all Google Scholars journal index in Scopus index. Okay, and then if you look at furthermore. Not all Scopus journal indexed by ISI journal or like quartile and so on. But this is not the right circle, because of not all ISI also under Scopus. But in general, we can see like this. Okay, it means that lesser journal indexed by ISI compared to Scopus and also compared to Google Scholars. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right. So if you look at the ISI, I think you know about Web of Science, and then normally every year they will issue Journal Citation Report, so you can check if you receive any email from someone else mention that please publish in this particular journal. We have impact factor of blah blah blah, and then what you have to do first, you go to Journal Citation Report, and then you type that kind of journal. If the journal list name listed in the list, then yes, you can see the detail of the journal. What are the parameters of the journal? Okay. Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. And then the journal with the highest impact factor are in quartile 1, Q1. But okay, please, like Aida Jafar, when you are from medical, maybe your quartile journal, Q1 journal, may have different impact factor compared to other field. For example, if we compare with the engineering field, say for example electronic, maybe the highest impact factor in electronic is about 11 or 15 impact factor. However, maybe in medical, they have more than that, maybe 20, 30, 40. Okay, that is why we cannot compare between journals using impact factor, because this impact factor also influenced by the citation, or also influenced by the how many researchers, how many people in your society. If you have many people in your particular society, that is why you manage to get more citation, because more readers, more people. However, some very specific research, which is there may not so many followers, maybe there may not so many researchers. That is why the citation may be less. However, there are also Q1 journals because of this quartile. Quartile is categorized. They categorize based on the field, but we can compare. The comparison can be made between Q1 journal, Q2 journal, Q3, not with the impact factor. Impact factor is something different, because some of the journals, they may have a very frequent publication, such as not just every month. Some journal may have frequent, means every week they publish. Like other journals, maybe every maybe every 6 months. So if every 6 months, of course, the impact factor or the citation may be lower, because of the publication is every 6 months. Some journal every month the publications. So that is why it depends. So now, because of that, if we want to compare, we don't compare with impact factor, but we compare with quartile. Okay. So Q1. So if any one of you from any field, shouldn't worry too much. As long as you publish in whatever journal listed under Q1, you are fine. You are very good enough. You are Q1 journal public contributor, for example. Okay. All right. So this is lens. So I'm going to show lens after this. But maybe please remember the website. But before we go to this lens, I would like to show you how to check the journal. Okay, the quartile of the journal. Is that okay, everyone? Okay. So now I'm going to change my slide, my view. So I have to stop here, and then let me stop sharing first. Okay, everyone, what you can do, you can go to Google Chrome, whatever it is. You can go to your own library, because I believe that when you want to access to the I don't know, because we need to have a license if you want to check the JCR. So you have to go to your own library. But now I'm going to show from UTHM library website. Okay. So UTHM student, I think you may know how to do this, right? Or you do not know? Anyone? Okay, maybe I share this first. So I share screen. Where should I go? I go to Safari. Then I go. Can you see my Safari? Yes, you can see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So
Doctor.
PTTA is a UTHM. I don't know about you. I apologize, because I don't know about UKM. I do not know about, but I believe you know what I meant. So you go to your own library, and then I believe that your own library may provide you a VPN, right? That you can access from outside. Okay. So how are we going to access that? E-resources. Okay. From UTHM, we access e-resources. Elia, do you know how to do this? Have
Okay,
you
yes, yes.
tried this before? You go to e-resources
Yes.
and then understand, because you have to read that and then understand, and then because already there, so I log in. So I access my library from outside. Okay, everyone, are you with me? UKM, UPM, oh sorry, UMP. We don't have from UPM, right? Okay, UUM. We have UUM. So our friend from UUM, Nur Sanat, do you know how to access your library? Okay. Okay, then where should we go next? Anyone? Ain, where are you, Ain? You should help
Yes,
me.
I'm here, Doctor.
You should help me. Where should we go next?
We can choose any
What?
website that
Okay, you go here, database. Go to database. Okay, maybe similar to other university as well. And then you see that blah 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 Scopus. So if you want to check whether the journal under Scopus or not, so we click Scopus. Okay, everyone, hopefully you are with me. Now we are understanding our journal first. We don't want to write the journal without understanding them. We should understand our journal before we write. Okay? If not, if you write but you don't understand, you try to submit, they will reject your paper easily. They will say that you don't understand us. How can we accept your proposal or your paper? Okay, so that's kind of analogy. All right. This is from UTHM. Sorry. How about from UMP? Azrael, do you know how to get Scopus from UMP?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
Okay, that's good. You can help your friend. We have from UKM, Amra Kamarudin. Amra?
Yeah.
So
Prof?
did you manage to get the same
Yes, yes,
the
yes.
same?
Yes, we do have in UKM. We use the journal itself under Scopus.
Okay, you know how to get to
Yes,
that
yes.
point, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Okay, what else? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, before I proceed, please, everyone, if you can just rename in front of your name, put it your institution or company. So easy for me to get to know where you come from. Okay, so now we are checking what? We are checking document, right? So we go to source title. I don't know what is the journal. Can someone tell me what is the journal? That okay, if you have experience, it's fine. Anyone here have experience in publish any journals? Can you share the name of the journal? You can type in the chat box so I can copy one. Okay, Sana mentioned yes. UITM. Okay, thank you, my friend from UITM. Okay, journal's name, anyone? CMAME. What is that, Haris? Maybe I have to check here. Is it Knowledge Management and Research Practice is a journal, Intan? Okay, let me try this one. Let me try this. Okay, this is example, but you can try your own after this. I copy that, and then Ani, Intan, do you think it is under Scopus or not?
Yes, I believe so.
You believe so? You are really confident.
Yes.
Okay. If you confident, say yes. I'm confident. Okay,
Yes,
let me
I'm
check for
confident.
you. Let me check for you. Knowledge management and research. Okay, what you can do, everyone, you just type the name of the document here, and then where is the search button? I cannot see the search button. Can you see the search button on your right? Search, right? So you click search and see. Okay. All right. So, okay, look at here. Can you see the source here? This one? Everyone, can you see this? Can you see on the right? Source, knowledge management research practice. Yes, no?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, okay. So, year 2021. So, you are right, Intan. Your journal is indexed by Scopus. That's good. So, you can prepare whatever it is for your journal, and then you can publish. And then your name will be there somewhere here, 2022, if you will submit now. Okay. All right. Then you can click this journal. You can check the profile. Okay, see, Scopus coverage years from Ain. Can you read for me? My assistant.
Yes, Doctor.
Scopus average years.
From 2006 to present.
So it means
Present,
that
present.
present, yes, present. Present tu nanti kena bagi saya after my talk kena bagi saya present.
Present.
Okay. Scopus coverage. So it means that from 2006 to until now. So it means that you are it's fine. Okay. Then you can prepare for this journal. You can also get to know about the okay. You can get to know about the research area as well. Okay. All right. That's it. How to check. Okay, maybe we go to another one, which is I go to checkbox. Computer method, because I asked Haris just now, what is this computer method? Haris, what do you think? Is it under Scopus or not? Have you checked like I did?
Yeah, Doctor. I think it's under Scopus, if I'm not mistaken.
You think me you haven't checked? Have you checked?
No, I haven't checked. I'm sorry.
Okay. You just
yeah,
want
it's
to
under
see.
Scopus, yeah.
Okay, this
I
is
have
okay.
checked,
Okay, it's fine, everyone. You can
you.
see what I'm doing first, and then after that you have to do what similarly to what I did, right? So you copy that, and then you click search. Okay, this is for Intan and Haris, but you can do for your own, right? Everyone, you do for your own. Okay, is that the same name, Haris? Can you check computer method in applied mechanics and engineering?
Yeah, that's correct, Doctor.
Okay, so it means that your journal or your aim to publish in this journal is fine because this journal is under Scopus. When you publish in this journal, then you will be safe. You can graduate. 1972, see the stability of the journal. All right, 1972 until now. Okay. All right. So good that everyone. I think you know now how to check, right? Okay. So after this, if your supervisor asks you to publish in this particular journal, can you tell him or her, sorry sir, sorry madam, this is not in Scopus. Can you tell like that? Okay. Boleh tak? 1, UTHM 1. Can you tell the supervisor that you don't want to publish in this particular journal because it is not indexed by Scopus? Can you tell like that to her? Boleh tak?
Boleh.
Boleh. Because you have proof. Okay. Actually, are you a PhD student?
Hello? Hello?
Are you a PhD student?
No, I'm master student.
Master student, or it's fine as long as you are mature student because you are postgraduate student. So you must be able to decide with journal. So make sure you focus on Scopus at least. If your supervisor asks you to publish in this, you may say to him or her, sir, I don't have any publication yet, so I want to focus on Scopus first. This is for my future.
Yes, of course.
Right? So please, sir, support me in publishing in Scopus. So tell him or her that you know how to check. Okay?
Okay, Doctor.
That's good. So everyone here, are you okay with the first session?
Yes,
Any question that you want to ask for this part? Okay, if there is no question, so we should move. Not only you can check about the about the journal, you can check about the author as well. You can check about the author if you like to. Say for example, like this author. I don't know about this author, but you can check him. You click anyone there. So maybe Araya, we see Araya. Oh, maybe Karkomo. Or maybe Araya, okay, Karkomo. You click that author, and then you can check the profile of the author. So this author has 4 documents and has 4 citations, and H index is 1. Okay. What is this? 27. Okay. So you can see the list of the author. Okay. If you I don't know, in your field, maybe you may know, you may have heard about someone in your field. So you really want to know what are the papers that he or she has published. So you can check her name here. Say for example, like we go back. This is document, so you change to author. All right. This is document, you change to author. If you know the last name, then you put the last name. Normally, maybe I ask someone. Aida, can I ask you? In
Yes,
medical.
Prof.
Okay, Aida, in medical, is there anyone else that you are very, you would like to know more about his or her work? Can you give one particular name, whether inside or outside Malaysia?
Is it okay? My supervisor, Prof?
Oh, it's fine. Is he here?
No.
No, it's fine. I'm joking. Okay, so what is he or her?
Her.
Okay, what is her last name?
Muhammad Siddiq. MOHD.
MOHD.
SIDIK.
SIDIK. First name?
Sherina. SHER.
Sherina. Okay, I just enter. And then is it this one? UC Putra Malaysia?
Yes, Prof.
Look at Sherina. Sherina, this one also maybe this is also the same lady. But what Sherina can do, Sherina can ask author to merge this and this. Ask them to merge, because if this is also her publication, and then she can ask that. So click to Sherina. Okay. So Aida, you can know about your supervisor. So your supervisor has 73 documents, and then has 1,000 citation, and your the H index of your supervisor is 18. Okay, so you can know about her, and then in fact you can also check about her previous publication, so that you can get to know about your supervisor, the strength, the strength of your supervisor. You can get to know that. So maybe from that it will help in terms of the research that you would like to pursue in the near future. Okay, or in your PhD.
Okay,
right.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay, so everyone, you can do the same. It's fine because of everything's there. You can just write whatever names. So this is the example. But if you have someone who you are really inspired by their work, so you can check. Maybe they have other papers that can help you to understand more and more about the research. Is that okay, everyone? All right. Now, okay, that is about author and also about the document. You can also check about the affiliation. You can write it down here. Maybe we are many here from UTHM, right? So UTHM, University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. Okay. So you click search. Okay. So UTHM. So you everyone you can get to know that the strength of UTHM engineering means that we have 8,000 at least documents, 8,000 documents published in engineering field. And then the next one is computer and then materials. You are Elia, you from FPTV?
Yes, Doctor.
So FPTV, what field that you publish in? Education?
Yes, education.
Education eh?
Social science pun boleh.
Oh,
Education
social
pun boleh.
science. So
Social
where is
science
it here?
pun.
So social science. So we have 800 at least. So you are one of them. Okay. So you can find the collaborating affiliation with whom that we are. Look at that. UTM. About 1,000, something like that. So in order to understand the institution, also you can do by having some data like this. And then you can check the author as well. If you like to, you click that and that. So this is the example for UTHM. Okay, you can check the author and then you can see the name, document, how many publication they have, and then the index, H index of the author. So you can check that. Okay. So you can go through down. I believe that you may have seen some of them. So this is from UTHM. So if from other university, you can, this is UKM. If I click UKM here, what happened? UKM, maybe I have to go out. Okay, instead of here, University Kebangsaan. Okay, maybe I University Kebangsaan Malaysia. Okay, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, they have 48. I cannot remember what we have just now. But in terms of engineering, they have 12,000 compared to us 8,000, right? And then they have more authors published. So this is a UKM. And then look at this guy, Kamaruddin Sofyan. Kamaruzaman Sofyan, 859 and H index 77. And then Tarikul 700. Okay, I believe that the one who are from, I think from UKM, you may have all these guys, right? Mahamud and so on. Okay, so this is how you can check. Okay, now this is corpus. Okay, so now let's go to journal citation report. If we have, do we have here? JCR. Okay, this is JCR, Web of Science. Okay. All right. For Web of Science, you can check the quartile, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and also impact factor of the journal. Okay, just now let me check about the journal that okay, just now 2 journals, right? Okay, I start with computer method. Computer method, if I copy here. So Haris, is it correct? Computer method in applied mechanics, yes? No result found. Okay, let me, this one, no result found. So if no result found mean, World Publishing Journal. So browse, I change first. Change to browse journals. Okay, we made some changes. Let's show us you around. Okay, no thanks. Okay, I copy again. No result found. Haris, are you there, Haris? Haris, are you there? No? Okay, everyone, if no result found means no result found means the journal is not indexed by ISI. It means that Web of Science not indexed means that there is no quartile, no Q1. It is not Q1, just Scopus. Okay. So here you can see that journal quartile Q1 here. You can check the impact factor and so on. Okay, now I go to the second one, which is from Intan tadi Intan, the name of the journal, knowledge management knowledge management. So knowledge management, no result found juga. Maksudnya the same thing. Intan, your journal is just indexed by Scopus. It's fine because of most of the university accept that. Okay, let me see other journals from Cassandra. Okay, Cassandra, European Journal of Education, right? So if I copy that, no result found also, Cassandra. So this journal, probably, I didn't check this journal, whether it is Scopus or not. Have you checked that journal, Cassandra?
Yeah, I have checked.
Scopus, is it under Scopus?
Yes.
Okay. So Azril mentioned IEEE, but that one is too general, Azril. So let me check. Okay, Amir, you mentioned about IEEE access. So let me copy that. IEEE access. Okay. See, when it is indexed by journal citation report, you can see the detail of the journal. You can see the result. So you click that, and then I think you click this one, 2020. Okay. You know that the publisher blah blah blah, and where is the data? Is it still okay? So the impact factor of the journal is 3.3, and then that is the trend. You can see the trend. Okay, that is the total citation. Where is the quartile? Citation. This is quite new. Okay, they said new just now. Okay, look at the quartile here. You can check the quartile. So this journal ranked by in electrical electronic. What you can see, there are 273 journals in electrical. And IEEE access is ranked 94 out of 273. Or in other words, it is Q2 journal. This is one discipline. For another discipline, it is also categorized under telecommunication. In telecommunication, there are 91 journals altogether. However, IEEE access is 36, ranked 36 out of 91. So in telecommunication, it is also Q2. How could we know Q2, Q1 by this rank? So if I click here, they have another field discipline, which is computer science and information, number 65 out of 162. Okay, now look at how we can know this kata. Okay, look, if I write it down here, can you see the spotlight search, this one? Everyone can see this? If I type something, can you see the numbers? Boleh nampak tak numbers ni?
No.
Oh, you cannot see the numbers. Because I want to do the calculation. Okay, everyone get your calculator. What you can do, 273, if you divide by 4, it is about 68. 68.25 or 68. So it means that, so every quarter, if Q1, the journal rank number 1 to number 68 is Q1, and then the journal rank number 69 up to, 69 plus 68. Okay, journal rank number 69 to 137 is Q2. That is why you see here 94 is in between 69 to 137. That is why Q2. Boleh faham apa saya cakap ni?
Faham, Doktor.
Okay, you divide by 4 and then you check 94 is in which band. 94, of course, in band 2. Okay, that's how they do it. But we don't bother about that. What we just see this one, Q1. Okay. So this is ITP Access. So if you publish in ITP Access, this journal also indexed by Scopus. At the same time, it is the Q2 journal. All right. Okay. What else? Journal of Management Information and Data Science from Mahmood. Okay, Mahmood.
Yes, sir.
Copy. So I go back. I'm not really sure. Other university, do you have access to JCR or not? I'm not sure. You can ask your librarian. Okay, if you cannot access, they may be able to access for you. What I show here is the example from UTHM. Okay, browse journal, and then maybe I have to refresh. So I have to copy. Okay, apologize for the delay. Maybe I go back. I go to JCR. Okay, sorry. Before that, until what time? Ni, talk ni. Ain, until what time?
Supposed to be end by 12, Doctor.
Okay, that's fine. I have ample of time.
Yes.
Okay. But to me, this is very important. You have to check first the journal. We check last journal. Okay, last journal. I try to click this. Or maybe I have a problems. Okay, but anyway, you can do that by your own. All right. So that's it. Lens before. Okay, this is lens. So okay, that's how to understand. You can also understand the journal of your research field when using lens. So I'm going to this later on because one of the questions regarding how we're going to narrow down our research scope. So I'm going to use this to show it to you. Okay? Okay. Is that okay, everyone? Can we take a break?
Can, Prof.
All right. So 15-minute break, okay? Because of this is a virtual, you focus too much on the screen, which is not so good. So we have to have a better break time. Can you come back around 15, 11:15?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, thank you very much. So see you around.
Okay.
Okay. May I proceed?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay. All right. So before we go further regarding this publication, so we have to understand why we should publish. Of course, because of our thesis, number one, and then we want to share our work with others. We don't want to keep it by our own because only us know what we are doing. In fact, the thing that we want to do is to share because someone can get some information from what we want to share, as well as we may inspire someone else to further the studies, so that we can enhance the knowledge. And then if you publish later on, you can see in the system or Scopus, for example, you can see like Aida just now, she knows that her supervisor has 18 H index and then 73 publication and so on. So this is how, this is very important because later on, if you are in academia, you may be invited as an external examiner for PhD thesis. You're going to examine the thesis so that they may check your profile. If you have many publications and so on, they think that you have sufficient experience so that you may qualify for that particular university or institutions to be their examiner. And then, of course, when you publish, you may feel happy or may have some satisfaction. Or the most important thing is your work has been recognized. Your work has been reviewed by all other people in the world. That is why you can publish your work. So it means that whatever you have done, especially PhD, in order to clarify your novelty or originality of your work, you have to train yourself to publish. When you have a publication, so it means that at least you can tell the examiner that I have something that been recognized or been reviewed by someone else and they approve what I have done. It means that they approve the concept that I proposed in my thesis. So that's very strong point for your Viva session later on. And then for supervisors, maybe they will be promoted if they have many publications. If you have many publications in Q1, you will be promoted easily. Oh, not only just promoted, if you have many publications, you can be hired easily by any institution because they know you have experience. Okay, so please make sure that when you do this with an open heart and you really want to do this because of you really want that your work, really want to share your work. And when you publish, it means that you have a copyright with that particular journal so that you will be safe because of no one can imitate, no one can duplicate your work because you're already published. If you're not published or someone else published first, it turned out to be the same, similar. And then when the examiner found out that there are quite recently one paper have published about the similar that you have done. So during this particular session or Viva session, how you are going to defend yourself? Can you say to the examiner that, no, I'm the one who did it first. Can they trust you? Of course, they cannot trust you because of you have no proof that you have published. So please, everyone, think about that you want to publish. This is not because of the need from the university for graduation. This is also for your copyright, for your own research work. After you have spent 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, why not if you have published your work? Because of finally, until Kiamat, the journal is the research is still yours. Okay, so please publish. Okay, how to make it easy? Okay, sorry. Before we write, we have to understand the flow of the journals as well. So this is the general flow for IEEE, for example. So when you have the ideas, and then you start to check the ideas, and then probably the technology development based on that ideas, and then you decide a proper journal. So new ideas, literature review, technology development, this is between you and your supervisor. You discuss with your supervisor, discuss with your team members. Maybe not just supervisor, you can discuss with your team members. I believe that you may have other friends who are doing PhD, or your supervisor may have co-supervisor, for example, then you discuss with them. Okay, to decide a proper journal, I teach you just this morning that you can check the proper journal, either indexed by Scopus or Web of Science. So you can check, you can decide which journal. So I'm happy that many of you have written in the chat box the name of the journals, meaning that you are aware of the journals that in your field. Okay, but please, some of the journals that we checked just now, they are not listed or indexed by Web of Science. So if you can also do some exercises, please check other journal which has Q1, Q2, Q3, or at least Q4. That will be good. Okay. And then you write a paper. This is what we want to discuss next. Write the paper and then submit. Submit, you can submit. And then after that, it depends on the, I should go back. Then it depends. Proper format or within the topic or not, sufficient or not. This is where we decided by the editorial members. They will decide. If they think their paper is under their scope, then they will forward your paper to the reviewers. If not, they will reject there. For example, you submit in the morning, maybe in the afternoon you will get a rejection because of you are not fulfill the basic criteria of the journals. Then you have to do some minor revision, and then after that you can resubmit again. Should be no problem. Okay, and then they will send to the reviewers. And then how long reviewers will take, it depends. I don't know. We cannot control this. Okay. I have experience as the associate editor. AE means associate editor. I have experience. Now I'm also associate editor of 3 journals. So I have to in charge the journals. So in order to in charge the journal, it's not easy because of you have to deal with the reviewers. Some reviewers may not reject the paper, but reject your invitation to become the reviewer. So you have to find other people to become reviewer. It may take time. So it is not that easy, but anyway, that's the process. So some journal may take 1 month, some journal may take 2 months, 3 months, 4 months to get the decision. The good thing is that you should be able to understand that journal, not to understand whether the journal indexed by Scopus or Web of Science, but also to understand how fast they are. Okay. So this is quite straightforward. If you go to whatever paper, you can see when is the manuscript being submitted or accepted or published, for example. From that, you can calculate. Say, for example, in this one manuscript, maybe 3 months. Then in the same journal, you download other papers, few more papers, and then you check the durations. So, and then you can make some assumption whether 3 months average or 4 month average, and then you can decide whether you want to submit in that particular journal or not. Okay, you can check that. And then when it is accepted, then you can publish. If it is not, then you have to revise and submit again, or probably submit at another journals. Okay. Then when preparing your draft, so you must get to know the reason of rejection. So there are 7. So I listed here 7. Number 1, clearly state that if they're very similar, you will be rejected. This is for papers. Just imagine during your Viva session, if you tell the examiner that I'm the one who designed this, no one else, but all of a sudden, he or she managed to detect that, oh, quite recently someone else have done it. So that's very dangerous. That is why you must be able, you must publish. My advice, please publish. If you are not publishing in journal, publish in conference at least. At least you publish your work. If conference, maybe you can publish in an earlier stage of your study. So that you can tell people that, oh, this is my job, this is my work. So that's why this is the continuity. This one is the continuity of my work. So there is no problem at all. But if you don't publish throughout your study, you may face some problems later on. Okay. Number 2, idea is not novel. So make sure you have a good discussion, clarification with your supervisor. All right. So please don't afraid to share your thought. Not just you ask from the supervisor whether this is okay or not. You the one who can tell the supervisor, I believe that this is a good work because of blah 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 blah. You give the reasons. So when you do this, you will be good enough during your Viva because you know what to say. You know how to defend your work. If you just asking your supervisor whether this is good or not, and then she said, okay, this is okay, this is good, you do this, and then it means that if you go to the Viva station, you may not be able to defend because you keep depending on what your supervisors thought or say. Okay, so you are the one. If you are doing PhD, you should be the one who tell your supervisor what is the right way, what is the wrong way. Okay, you are the expert. And then result is if it is not state of the art, which is no novelty, no improvement, will be rejected. if you put that result but not with the supported claim, also be rejected. And then the method you use may not be fully explained, also will be rejected. And then if you have a measurement result is not presented, it depends on some journal, also will be rejected. And last but not least, if the use of English is not so good, they will reject your paper. Although the work is very significant, very novel, you support with wonderful claim whatsoever, they still reject your paper because of your English, because they cannot understand. So make sure you learn how to write a proper way, a proper English. Okay. All right. Next, simple tips. Okay, please. This is a very simple one. Get the templates or sample from the journals. So everyone, if you want to publish in, I cannot remember other journals. Say for example, the last example that we try is IEEE Access just now, right? IEEE Access also indexed by Web of Science. So if you want to publish in IEEE Access, make sure you get the template of the journal. You write your article, you prepare draft using that kind of template. And then you have to get all or many sample, maybe 10, 20 sample from that particular journal, because you want to get the feeling. You want to know how the style of writing. I believe if you read more than 10 journals from the same journals, more than 10 papers from the same journal, I believe you can write the same as what they have written. The style, not the same sentence, but the style. Say for example, like it can be noted from this figure, blah 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 blah. Of course, blah blah blah. You change with your own results. You cannot write the same thing, right? Because that are different. You use a different method. But the way they write, the English that been used, you can use it again. Why not? Because that is the common. It is not plagiarism. Because of it is not a common word. Like for example, from this figure, it can be seen that is a common word. It is not plagiarism. But what will be the next sentence after it can be seen? That is your sentence. It is your result. So you just substitute whatever it is. You can use the same one at least. Okay. So that's the simple tips in order to start writing. Okay. Have you done this before, or you just start writing from nowhere? Have you tried this? Number one. Anyone of you have tried this? Ada tak siapa cuba?
Doktor, saya pernah cuba, tapi yang guna common word yang sama tu tak pernah try lagi.
A common word is not a plagiarism. You should understand what does it mean by plagiarism and common word. Say for example, like I write it here, get the template. This is the common word. Everyone can use that. Kan? And sample, for example. Okay. Okay. Number two. Sorry about that. Number two is make sure your work are within the areas. This is very important. Scope of the journal. So you should know that. And then number three is very important. Start with the simplest part. Maybe some of you may have attended my session. You know what is the simplest part. Okay, always have the positive mindset. This is from your side, inside of yours, and then keep trying and never give up. Okay, let me go to number three. I want to discuss more about number three. Okay, number three, I cannot see participant name. So maybe I go to video setting, always display participant name. Okay, now I can see your name. Okay, number three. So who knows what is the simplest part when writing a journal? To those who have published. Siapa yang dah publish ni? Let me ask. Maimunah Ahmad? Are you there, Maimunah? No? Okay. Maybe I can, may I ask Lawrence from UMS? Is it University Malaysia Sabah?
Hello,
UMS
Professor.
Okay, Lawrence, do you have any publication so far?
No, I'm still new. I'm a master student.
Master student. So maybe you have no experience what is the simplest part, right? Okay, okay. Okay, but please bear with me. Okay, how about Nora Shikin? Nora Shikin Anjur. Nora Shikin? Or anyone here who has a publication that you can share?
Doctor, I
Oh,
see,
chat box,
on the in the chat box, we can see that
Okay, chat box.
Azrael from UMP said,
Azrael mentioned abstract, introduction, and Azrael.
yes.
Okay, that is the simplest part. Methodology, Fahmi, and then abstract. Okay, abstract simplest because of very short. Is that simplest because of very short? Short.
Hello,
Yes, yes.
literature review.
Literature review. Okay, right. Title maybe. Yes, title. Findings. Okay. Okay. That's that. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. We will see which one. Okay. You may be right or you may be wrong. Okay. Now next. I will go to that later. In general, these are the organization of the paper: title, abstract, introduction, technical content, conclusion, and references. Okay, and then from this, what we can do, we have to identify which part are the simplest part and which part are the hardest part. And then you should start with the simplest part. Okay, easy step. Most easiest part. Okay, we will see whether who get a correct answer and who get a wrong answer. All right. Okay. Title. All right. Title is the easiest part. However, it may be easiest if you know the overall content. If you still do not know, you may not be able to write the title. Say, for example, like when you are ready to write, so I believe that you know what you want to write. That is why title is the first one. But you can put a general title first, or a little bit specific, but not really focus on, because you're still not sure about the content. So maybe I should avoid title. I should write this later. But anyway, that's fine. Acknowledgement, yes, you can do that. You can do this later as well. This is the easiest part. But for this most easiest part that I really would like you to stress on is the methodology. Okay. So Badrul Alam mentioned methodology, Sasliza, Aida also, and then who else? Cassandra mentioned title. Okay, that is fine. But I love to see that if you start with methodology, because title and arrangement you can start later. Even though it's simple, but you can start later. This is the most important thing, is methodology. So you should start with the methodology. You write a methodology, and then after that you write the result. Because when you read something, of course you have to read, right? You have to do all the literature review first. You have to find a gap. When you find a gap, and then you discuss with your supervisor, I'm going to test this method, right? I'm going to test this experiment, whether software or hardware. So that's what we call methodology. So you start to do the methodology. So you know the process of the methodology, and then you do some measurement and so on, and then you get the result. Of course, we have to discuss the result. That is why you write methodology first, and then after that you write the result. Leave it there. Although if you may seem that your paper have not in a very good structure, it's fine. You can put it later on, the structure, as I mentioned in the beginning, title, abstract, blah blah blah. But what you have to focus on the content. Okay, when you have the methodology, you have the result, you discuss the result, and then when you discuss the result, and then of course what you have to do next is you can write the analysis and discussion. So from methodology, you get the result. From the result, you can discuss the result. So why I'm saying this, it means that if you try to start with the title, you may end up few days, few weeks. What is the title? What is the right title? Still not finished. And then if you want to write acknowledgement, this can be write later. Or if you want to write introduction, okay, I know you are very good in doing literature review. You write all those things, but suddenly your methodology, result, and analysis may not support your literature review. May not synchronize. then you have to revise your literature review. So you waste your time. So make sure that you write your methodology first, and then after that, result in discussion. Then we go to conclusion. So when you have this, you can conclude. After that, you can start with introduction, references, and then abstract. Although abstract is a very short one, but this is not that easy to write actually. You have to really find the solution, the conclusion of the overall in a nutshell of your paper. So abstract will come later. You know about methodology, because methodology should be written in the abstract, result should be written in the abstract in a short way, discussion or the finding also should be written in the abstract, and then the conclusion also should be written in the abstract. And then introduction here means what is the problem statement. So you need to write in the abstract, and then that is why abstract is not easy actually, as that abstract is the last one. Introduction is similar to the literature review. You cannot write literature review. And then when you have,
Doctor,
yes,
I have a question also.
yes, please.
Actually, I think conclusion part is after the introduction and related works, then maybe you add the conclusion. And
This one,
at a time,
after the introduction.
conclusion and abstract at a time, consider, because when you complete your conclusion as well as abstract, then you can also revise your title also.
Yes, it's fine. Okay, so I will change that later. I'm fine with that. It's fine.
I think.
But, but the most important thing that I really would like to focus on is this one. Okay. Close this one. Down there. How to get a low field. Okay, this is my major concern. Major concern is methodology, result, and analysis. And then the rest you can it's up to you whether you want to write a conclusion, introduction,
and related words, and then
yes.
conclusion abstract parallel.
Yes, it's fine. But this is what I say the easiest part. Because of if you write this, you will be motivated to write next. Okay? If you don't write this, you write introduction first. Later on, you may end up to change the literature because may not similar to methodology, result, and discussion. So this is the body, the main body that you have to start first to keep you inspired, to keep you motivated to write more and more. Okay, is that sounds make sense to you? Thank you for your comment. Anyway, that's correct. Good. I like a comment like this because not only just you have to follow me, but you can also give your opinion and thought. That's very important. But the most important thing is the body. The easy step is the body of methodology, result, and analysis. That the most important part that I would like to mention here. Okay, this is not just for paper. Although you are doing master or PhD, you also can use the same technique concept for your thesis. You can start your thesis writing your methodology first, and then you go to the result, and then you go to the analysis. Literature review or introduction is about a storytelling. You tell people about the gap. You create it, the storytelling. Okay? So you know what to write after you know what is the methodology, what is your finding. So you know what to write in the introduction, what to write in the literature review. In fact, you also maybe revise your objective of your PhD or master based on the methodology, result, and analysis that you have obtained. So that is the practical, that is the real scenario happening. Not everything is rigid to what we plan. What we plan in the beginning is the hypothesis. Our hypothesis may be changed based on a few factors. Okay? And then you proofread. After that, you submit. Okay, so after this, the one who really would like to try this method. You try with the methodology, result, analysis, and then the rest will flow easily, automatically, because you know what to write after that. Of course, you know how to write the conclusion, you know how to write the introduction based on these three main parts: methodology, result, and analysis. If you start with introduction or literature review, that is the hardest part. Hardest part means you have to wait longer. you maybe have to spend 1 month, 2 months to finish your literature review or finish your introduction. Why you have to waste your time? Go back, reverse in time. You start with the methodology first. Methodology means you go to the lab, you do the measurement, you still fresh, you know what to do, you know the result, and then you discuss the result, get the result being discussed with your supervisor, and then finally you have a concrete conclusion, and then the rest will follow easily. Okay, so this is that is what I call as the easy step.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Yes, salam.
Sorry, I would like to ask a question.
Yes,
If
please.
let's say we don't have any data or results, can we manage to publish in Scopus? Let's say on like SLR or review paper. Is it possible to publish?
You want to publish a review paper, you mean? So what we are discussing is about the technical paper. So if you want to publish a review paper, you have to, as I said, go to the particular journal. You have to find the sample of review paper from that particular journal. Look at the style they wrote about the review paper. If you find very less review paper, so the journal is not suitable for review paper. They just accept technical paper. Okay, that's why in the beginning, in this morning, I'm guiding you how to understand your journal. Understand journal is very important. And then when you understand, when you understand the journal, so you go to that particular journal, you get the sample. What sample that you like to get it? For example, if a review, you type review, and then there are some papers will be pop out when they have a title of review. Then you download all those, and then you get the style how they write the how they wrote the papers. Okay, if you cannot find any, so that is not the suitable journal. You have to find other journals. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you. Very
All
clear,
right.
Doctor.
Okay, good.
Doctor,
Yes,
can I ask a question?
please.
Anyway, I'm Sharifah. Usually when we read papers, we usually encounter with the common papers in our field. So what if I want to see what is the available paper in my field? I mean, including from, let's say, the Europe side, the Asian side, the American side, because sometimes there's certain papers always pop up in our search. So let's say I want to see like the list of all Scopus papers in my field. Is there any way for me to just like simply click and check things like that, Doctor? Thank you.
Okay, we can use LAN. We can use LAN after this. Maybe I can show through LAN. But also you can use Scopus. Scopus, you can go to, you can click the name of the authors. You can see the author's affiliation. They are come from all over the world, not just from Malaysia. You need to utilize Scopus. That last time in this morning that when I showed you, you find document and then you put the title of the source title, and then you put the title of the journal, and then you can see that there are publication papers published in that particular journals. All right, and then there are some. Okay, if you look at on your left later on, there are something that you have to click on to refine your search. But we didn't go through that. But you can go through. You have to explore how to get information from Scopus. There are a lot of information that you can get from Scopus. If not Scopus, we can use LAN after this. So I show you how to use LAN.
Okay,
is that okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, let me go through this abstract. Okay, I will provide this slide to you later on. You don't have to copy. So abstract normally 50 to 250 words. That is why when I said to you how to write, first to third sentence, tell about problem being investigated, and so on. However, this is not the way it should be sometimes. Okay, this is maybe in general, but the best thing is get 20 papers from the same journal. You read all the abstract of each particular journal and try to extract the information what they wrote in the abstract. Then finally, you will be able to write your own abstract in a beautiful way. Okay, so get the sample. So that's why step number one that I mentioned, get the sample, is very important. So this is general only. Okay, and then introduction. This is what you should do. The introduction is the hardest part. Better avoid to write it first. But if you want to write introduction, the first paragraph must state the problems, what you're going to solve. And then the next paragraph, you have to write the previous work. From this, you can tell that, oh, these are the gaps. That's why I'm going to investigate further with the gap that I found out from the literature review. And then the last state, you state what will be what are the organization of the paper and what you would like to mention in the following section. Okay, so many people rejected here because of what? Because of not very good enough in writing introduction. Again, if you have 20 papers, I believe that you know how to write a very good introduction because you read all these 20 papers. Although this paper may not similar to your field, may not exactly to what you are doing, but this is not important. The important is you want to know the style of writing, the use of proper English when writing, when we want to write the introduction. Trust me, if you try this concept, this method, this technique, you will be good enough. You don't have to attend to my talk after this. Okay, you can share with us your experience. Okay, after introduction, what next? Next is about this is the example introduction. So in this introduction, you have to put the references because that is the way you mentioned about the previous work. So that's why. And from that, you need to you have to mention about what are the problems from that, and then what you're going to solve. That's why you look at here in this letter, and my more rectangular blah blah is proposed for blah blah blah. A rectangular shape is chosen because of C. So this is now you start to tell about your own work. So the next following section is about your work. It's about your design. Okay. Body of the paper, of course, we separate this into the design. If you have a design and then results, you have to use a clear figures. Make sure you use a very professional figures. If you want to put the photo, make sure you take a very good photo, which is when we look at the photo and then we think that this is very professional, not just I don't know, you just step and then you think this is good. No, it is not like that. Make sure you put a very good one. So if you want to take a photo, I don't know, but you can use whatever it is. Make sure it's in a good quality as well. If not, if you submit, they may comment that this is not a good photo. Retake the photo. Then you have to go back to your lab and then do again. So better not to waste your time. If a paper is long, start each section with an introduction and with a summary, few sentences. If your paper is long, but this is depend on the journal. Some journals may have limitation in the pages. Okay. And then summary and conclusion, emphasize what novel or good result will demonstrate. This is the best done with a table of comparison or the use of a figure of merit. So it depends. If you want to do some benchmark, you compare with the previous work, you can mention with parameter that you really would like to compare with. If you want to compare about what else? About the distance. When you design something, you can say that the design can go further distance. So what was the distance before from our other people's work? So say for example 10 kilometer, 5 kilometer, but yours can up to 15 kilometer, which is better, right? Better compared to the previous one. Yes, better, but what makes your research work, your design better? That is you need to discuss in your result. Give the explanation about what you have done to get 15 kilometer compared to the rest. Okay, that's the body of the paper. Acknowledgement, this can be added later on after paper acceptance. And then this is the result. For example, you discuss about your design and then you discuss about the graph. Not just tell what it is, what you can see from the graph. You cannot tell that. I can see from the graph too. Everyone can see from the graph too. The reviewers can see from the graph too. But what they want to know is what are behind that. What are the reasons behind that? Why we should get that particular design, shape or line, for example, why? You need to tell them why. Similarly, when you are attending your Viva session, they may ask you why, because we can see that. What we cannot see is something that you have done throughout your experiment that makes that get your the result like this. So we want to know that. So you have to explain that in the paper. Okay, and then references. References should not be too many. If review paper, maybe you can have 100, 200 for review paper. But for technical paper, maybe 15, 20 is quite too much. Maybe like 15 is okay, it's fine. Or maybe 10 to 15 is good. If more than that or less than that, maybe not so good. Okay. Paper in context of prior work. So newer references with the latest result are preferred to older references. So please please write a newer one, 2021, 2020, 2019. So it means that your work is still significant, still up to date with the trend. If you write it in 1972, maybe not so good. That is the basic concept why we have to write that as our reference, or even though it's from the book. So please don't write something from the books. This is must come from the technical paper, because you review these references should be the numbers that you can see from your introduction, right? In your introduction. So it means that you review other people's works. If you use the book is not about other people's works. Book is different. Okay. And then we use the comparison and then provide a supplemental information. It is recommended that at least some of the references should come from the journal that you are submitting to. Say, for example, like if you have 15 references, please don't write all 15 from the journal that you want to submit. That is crazy. Of course, we will reject your paper. Please write maybe 2-3 journal from that particular journal, and then the rest come from others. Okay, maybe 10% out of 15 acceptable, not 100% or not 50%, less than that. 20 maybe maximum, 20% of 15. 20% of 15 is 3, right? Okay, that is fine. Okay. And then how to write. Okay, this is also important. How to write. So if I click this one, can you see the next page? No?
No.
Yeah, no, okay. No, I stop share this one. So now I share another one. Okay, how to write. Okay, here, I don't know. You can see this is the link. When I share you with the slide, you can get the link to this one. Okay, if you want to explain being critical. Okay, if you want to highlight inadequacy of the previous study, this is regarding that you want to highlight the research gap. So what kind of wording that you can use? I make it bigger, slightly bigger. Say for example, you mentioned about previous studies of egg have not dealt with blood. What? Researchers have not treated eggs in much detail. This is how you mentioned about the weaknesses or the gap from the previous one. You can use this English. This is a common English, right? Sasrizawati, you don't have to take a photo. This is a website. It's fine. You can click that link later on. You can play. This is your toys to play with. Okay, everyone can play this. Okay, identifying a weakness of a single study paper. Smith failed to fully define that. Say for example, like in myself, because you are doing the same like I did, antenna. So you mentioned Ramli. They don't put Ramli. Ramli is my name. They put surname. Kamarudin failed to fully define what the antennas for 5G. So in this paper, our group we would like to propose blah 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 blah, something like that. Or Smith failed to specify. Smith does not blah blah blah, makes no attempt to. So you can use this. If you use this sentence, is that plagiarism?
No.
No, this is a common, right? Common English. Everyone can use this. But when is plagiarism? If what will be the sentence after that? If you use the same one, no improvement, of course that is a plagiarism. Okay, what else? Into introducing general critics. The most important of these critics is the Smith failed to note that blah blah blah. More recent argument again blah 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 blah. So you can use that, introducing a critical stand. So you can use this in your introduction, for your thesis. Okay, what else? Now we go to giving describing quantity, describing trend, for example, trend. Highlighting trend in the table or chart. What is striking in table is the growth of. Okay. What stand out in the table, because you put table in the paper, right? Is the variable of what? This is what we want to know as the examiner, as the reviewer. We want to know that. What is interesting in chart, in figure, is the general pattern of blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay. See, projecting trend. If you want to project something, the rate of Z, it depends on your finding, is likely to fall after what? The amount of Y will probably decline by. See, if you use this kind of English sentence by substituting your finding, so I think your paper will be wonderful because people can understand clearly what you are going to mention, to state in your paper. All right. So what else? Giving example. Example as the main information in the sentence. A well-known example of X. For example, the word doctor used to mean the learned man. This is the exemplified the word undertaken by. Put your own word. Another example of what it meant by X is your own word. This is the evidence in the case of your own words. Is that okay? X is a good illustration of what? Your own words, your own findings. But this wording will assist you how to start with, how to write in a proper way. Not only that, you can find this word later on. If you have 20 samples from the same journal, you will see, you will notify that they will use approximately the same kind of wording among them. But the only difference is their findings. Like this, you put your own word there. The distinction is further amplified in studies using blah blah blah. Right? So you can. But what is this? If you download this, you can get in form of PDF. Okay. Maybe here, maybe more. I don't know. But you can try. Okay. So that is that. Now I'm sharing my. Where is the slide? Okay, I stop sharing. Okay, I go back to my slide. Okay, now I share my slide. How to write. Okay. So share screen, share my slide. Okay, so those are the web https ... Can you see this one, yes? www.facebankmanchester.ac.uk. This is the professor from Manchester. He come up with all these common words so that we can use it. So he very nice man. Okay, so before submission, make sure all co-author read the papers and make revision. Have a non-author read the paper. This is also very important. If you ask, for example, Ain, you are from different department, and then you ask me to read it for you. If I can tell you that I understand what you are written, then you will be good enough to convince the reviewer to understand yours, or examiner to understand yours. Ask your friend to read it. If they don't understand, they will critique. And then when they critique, you take that critique, but you reply in a polite way. That is how we do it. Critique is important. If not, you do not know your weakness. So you need to accept critiques, especially in your thesis or in your journals. And then you proofread your writing. Okay, so I believe that I finished my talk about the simplest way. I didn't go too much about how to write abstract and so on because I know you have attended many courses. You can find out from YouTube and so on. But what I'm trying to stress out here is the main point. What you should look into, what you should focus on. I think you have all the information, but how to start with. And also, I also give you some suggestion regarding the phrase bank from Manchester University. So if you can use that, that will be useful as well. Okay, so I believe Elia has shared this with the one who asked. Okay, everyone, maybe Elia can share with everyone, not just to the student, but should it be no problem? A problem because I have captured all here in my slide. I have captured all. So when I share this slide, everyone will get the same thing. So it should be no problem. So maybe we can go a little bit some of them. I think now you know how to select top tier journal, rest. Everyone, do you know? You can check from the you can ask for library. Maybe you can unmute and then you can answer to me how to write discussion to the correct tense. So okay, for this one, it depends. You can use either past tense or present tense, or you can use both. It depends on the context of the paragraph. But if you read 20 sample, you know how to write. Trust me. And then the rest, you can check it. And then state inter-party, all this state the art of your work. So your contribution. And then what are different between American, blah, blah. There is no difference, my friend. There is no difference. As long as you index by Scopus, although that journal are the editorial come from UTHM, UKM, whatsoever, but as long as they are indexed by Scopus or JCR, there is no difference. Anyone can submit. Anyone, okay? The most important thing, you have to make sure that journal is indexed by Scopus. This is more important rather than whether it is American, UK, or so on. It is not important. Okay. How to split research into several articles? This one you have to look at your objective. If you have many objectives, and then maybe one objective for one paper, another objective for another paper. And then how to address comment from the reviewer. We are not discussing about that here. This is just focus on how to prepare the paper. And then if you would like to have the comment from the reviewer, how we commented this, maybe we can have another session. This is not for that. But you have to separate the comment and reply line by line from all reviewers. Okay, you have to do that. And then, is there any agent? Oh, sorry, we don't have agent, but you have to ask the corresponding author. Corresponding author should take the responsibility. If you are the one who, you should take the whole responsibility. All right, what else? What else? How can literature review be a high impact journal? I don't know. Is it, you mean the review paper? If yes, so you must be able to find gap and write your critical judgment or reviews. And then what parameter make us a top research scientist? Oh, this is out of scope, but I still provide you the the guideline. You need to fulfill 3 categories as stated in the website. You go to the website and fulfill that. Sorry about that. Okay. And then how to narrow down the research gap? Okay, you need to use lens. So you still will have time or not? Let me check. Later on I check. Okay, proofread is better before submission. Don't do after, because you may be rejected before you get accepted. As I said, number 7 is about English. Poor English will be rejected. So you may not be given second chance. So please don't take a risk for that. So do that before submission. Okay, and then some incur cost, some may not, some free. So you can discuss with your supervisor. Then how to find out which journal is blacklisted? Okay, LUC. How to find out blacklisted? I don't advise you to find out the blacklisted journal. What I encourage you, find out the journal that you really would like to publish in. Check whether it is Scopus index or Web of Science index. Don't bother about blacklisted one. You know where to check. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Okay? Do the right thing. What are the tips to get published accepted smoothly? As I said, read as many as possible, plus make sure the work done has novelty. Open access journal are also high impact. Yes, of course. Any journal listed under Web of Science, there will be Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4. You can check. And then if we need to cite high impact paper to get published in high impact journal, not necessarily, but you have to publish in high impact journal so that your paper will be cited. If you publish which is not in high impact, so not many people interested in reading your work, although you have done very significant work, but nobody care. So please publish in Q1, Q2, or Q4 and Q3, so that your work will be more useful, will be more noticeable compared to others. Okay, you know where to find the journals. And then how to maintain motivation to write. Write from simplest part. That will motivate you to write more. If you write from the hardest part, you will leave that. If you think PhD is difficult, you will stop doing PhD. If you think PhD is interesting, you will be motivated to pursue it until the end. How to approach journal editor? By email. Which is the most important part in the paper? All important. You need to have a title and so on. If not, the paper will be rejected. And then how to highlight the research gap? Refer objective and problem statement. List a publisher and journal. You can use JCR or you can use LAM. Okay, questions. I responded that question. This question is if you want to ask, or you can also find some Q&A from this link. And then after that, good luck and thank you. Okay, do I have time for Lens, or you guys can explore Lens? Lens is free. You just type and then you can explore by yourself.
Just give us like a
Sorry?
snapshot of the lens, please, Doctor.
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
I mean, I have time for lens.
So you want me to show it Lens?
If you don't mind.
Okay, maybe what is the time now? Now it's already 10:12. So is that okay? Short one, okay, very short one, and then you can explore yourself. Okay, so I stop sharing this, and then what I'm going to share now, going to share this. So can you see this now, Manchester? Okay, I'm not yet showing you Lens, but you're so excited. That's good. That give me motivation to continue. Okay, you just type lens.org. Okay, can you see this? Yes. This is for pattern. This is for scholarly work. Go to scholarly work, and then you type. Maybe I give examples. I give example antennas, for example. Okay, antennas. When I click antennas, say for example, I want to do. I'm the first year student of PhD. Do not know how to what should I do in this antenna field. So the idea that I get it is 510,000 document in antennas. Okay, and then the most universities who are publishing antenna is the Zhejiang University. And what is this? This is China, California, and so on. All right. So I can go to link analysis. And then that is the top institution who are doing antenna. So many from China, right? I can edit. That is only limit to 15, right? If I go to 100, so I can have more. Okay, I can have more. Okay. See, I can have more because I want to see what are the institutions nearby. Oh, UTM. See, UTM, 1,200. Okay. So from my understanding, maybe they have some facilities that can support my research work because of they have published more. And then what else? Okay. So if I go to UTM, I click this one. This is about the institution first. The institution who are doing more in your field. So I go to UTM. So when I go to UTM, 1,200 documents. And then, okay. So these are UTM as the main. And then this one is the collaborators of UTM in antennas. So UTM collaborate with Unimap, UTM collaborate with UTHM, UTM collaborate with blah, 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 blah. So from that, you know the how they expand the collaboration. Okay. And then that is the institution. How about the authors? Okay. This is about the publication. They publish in books, conference, book chapter, journal, and so on. Okay. So what are the fields? When focus on antenna, someone doing radio, 472 documents. Okay, but this is for UTM. But now I go back to the worldwide. I want to know overall in the world, because when you want to find the research gap, right? No, I go back. This is 510. Instead of looking at the top institution, but now I change to look at the field. Where is the field? Okay, this is the field. So say for example, I'm a new student who would like to design antenna. So, and then my supervisor asked me, Ramli, please focus on MIMO antenna. See, MIMO antenna. I have many others field who are in antenna. But now because of I want to focus on MIMO, I click MIMO. Okay. So when I click MIMO, so I get to know that there are institutions who are very good in MIMO, top institutions who are very good in MIMO design. Beijing, Tsinghua, Chalmers, Southampton, Samsung, the company, Ericsson, also the company, and so on. All right. This is because of I filter to 100 just now. But if you want to make it shorter again, you go to, instead of 100, make it 10. Then you can see only 10. So you can see the rest. Okay, in MIMO. Look at in MIMO. When you've been you're interested in MIMO, then you get to get all the publication in MIMO. After that, what in MIMO that you really would like to focus on? So in MIMO field, maybe there are also have other things like MIMO in communication, MIMO in antenna array, MIMO in 3G, MIMO algorithm, MIMO in electronic. So then now you narrow down your research field. Say for example, like I want to focus on MIMO in 3G. Is there any 5G MIMO? This is 5G, MIMO in 5G, very small one. So not many people doing that. So I focus on MIMO in 5G, 1,000 document, right? MIMO and then now 5G. So those are the institutions, those are the top field. MIMO and 5G. And then in 5G, what else? Maybe I want to go to base station and so on. So you can check what else that you want to do. And then these are the most author in MIMO or in particular antenna. Then from this author, you can communicate with them. And then you can see that what are the most regions. Where are we? We are here, right? Malaysia, 300 documents. This is China, 6,000. United States and Europe, 1,000 doing MIMO. And then these are the journals that many people focus on, IEEE journals instead of the rest. So if you want to publish, make sure you publish here. Then your work will be noticeable. You publish somewhere here, maybe not so significant. Like if you publish in IET for MIMO, only 27, maybe not so. So if you publish somewhere here, these two, IET, IEEE, it's fine. So those are the top journals published in MIMO. this one, this one, this one. So this will help you to identify the right journal for your field. Okay. You can see this journal, many people publish here. So if you publish there, you will get more citation. Your work will be more noticeable. All right. That is that. If you want to get to know about region, is this antenna is famous in our region? You know, famous in China, but how about in Malaysia? You type Malaysia. You type Malaysia. So Malaysia there. And then how about Thailand? Thailand. Oh, Netherlands. Thailand, not more. Oh, Thailand. Okay, Thailand. Yes. Select Thailand. And then how about Singapore? Say for example, if you just want to get to know about in our region. Singapore. Okay, Singapore. This one, Singapore. Okay, and then you define. So you have in what region here? Thailand and Singapore. We need to add Malaysia just now. Where is, if you look more, Malaysia. Oh, click that one there. Okay, and then you refine. So maybe MIMO in 5G, then you can see only 800. So those are the university that are working on MIMO 5G. This is a very specific title. So you can see the numbers is not so many because it's very specific. Like Tun Hussein On. So if you're interested, you click Tun Hussein On Malaysia. And then you can see these are Tun Hussein On. This is the co-partner. And then publication, journal, MIMO, computer science antenna, and then Luqman Audah. So you know Luqman Audah, he has published in MIMO related to 5G, MIMO 5G. So then you can get to know them. These are doing in 5G, MIMO, for example. So you can narrow down, you get people. This is from UTHM. And then if you want to contact them, you just click, if I'm not mistaken, if I click here, and then is there a detail? Luqman Audah. Oh, there is no detail of Luqman. If I'm not mistaken, we can get the detail. Maybe author. If you go to author here, okay, and then you refine. You refine. I think we can get the detail of the author so that you can contact. If you cannot contact him here, what you can do, you Google his name. You write down Luqman Audah UTHM, you Google, and then you can get his email, and then you can contact him. So this is how we can do with LANs. So you can narrow down, you can find other fields, and you can also find other institution, other researchers, so that you can have a communication. All right. So that is that. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, I think that's a very short one. You guys can explore. Please explore. If I go back to the first one, if I go back again, if I write it down, scholarly works, and then I target antennas again. All right. Then if I go to analysis. Analysis, these are the authors, and then what you can do, you can you can change to numbers. Where is it? Most active document count, limit, change the limit to, if you want to know what is the 100, sorry, 100, so you can get it, you can know them in 100. Okay, if 1000, then 1000. But I don't know how to get their details. Maybe we go to the institution. If we go to the institution, say for example, like the Zhejiang, if I go to this, Zhejiang University, and then author, and then if I click this one, how to click the author? If I click this, I want to get the details about the author. Where is the detail of the author? So I cannot find here. Maybe you can help me later on to find the details of the author. You can play around with this. If you cannot manage to get the detail of this author, you just copy the author. You can Google it. You can find the name. Last time I managed, but this time I cannot remember where should I click. All right. So I think that's all for Lens in a short one. So I hope that you can explore more, especially in assisting you to find research gap, also find other people that are doing in your research field. Okay, with that, I over back to Ain.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Ramli. I'm sure we learned a lot from the fantastic presentation just now. So now we already understand how to check criteria of our journals, and then we got to know one new applications, which is Lens, on searching our top tier journal according to our own research fields, and then we get to search on which institutions that publish the most and many more. So now, due to limited time, we could not continue the Q&A session, but the participants may directly contact Dr. Ramli for further explanation needed. For all the notes and recorded session, we will send it to each one of you through your email along with the e-certificate. Thank you once more, Dr.